Hi everybody, it's Kayla, and welcome back to Fixer Upper, the show where I usually attempt to fix up your houses, but today, fix up a house that was built by EA. It's the LANDGRAAB house. Notoriously one of the most unfixable houses in the game. It looks like this, and it's very weird. It's very long and skinny and tall, and I did my best, okay? I think in the scheme of things, I fixed it pretty well. Like, I kept the normal aesthetic of the house, but I made some adjustments that make it just a little bit less scary looking. So we're gonna do a quick tour. I built this for my my Black Widow challenge. I don't know why I said Westbrook. That's different Let's Play entirely. My sim is going to marry and then kill Jeffrey Landgrab, and so I need to live in his house for a little bit, so I wanted to fix it. But when you first come in, it seems kind of empty. It's very big, but almost kind of empty seeming. It's just because it's an EA base game house, and so they have to keep it so that it's not too laggy for everyone that plays in it. But it's kind of empty looking, and it's just kind of dark. We've got a lot of windows and a lot of mess. When you come in here, we have this weird double living room thing going on, weird culty kind of seating, and then we got over here, interesting looking furnishings. Again, not great. And then back this way, when you come over here, you have a dining room. There's a bathroom in here first, which has got kind of spooky concrete walls, but and here's the dining room. We got weird plastic walls in here. We got the kitchen with terrible pattern. I mean, just yikes. It reminds me of Sims 3 base game houses. Anyone else? No? Just me? Okay. Then you go upstairs and there's just this weird hallway, which is very empty, and they only have 2 bedrooms in this giant house. Over here is what I would consider to be the master, I think. Although I'm not entirely sure. Maybe this is probably the master, right? No, this is the master. Okay, so here's the master bedroom. They're both very big rooms with weird shapes in them. We got a nice master bath with gross weird tiling combos. Also, was that balcony going from the bathroom? Yeah, no. I changed that. And then over here, we've got this area, which is Malcolm's room. He's got a balcony too, and it's very nice for him in here. Very orange and great. He's also got his own little ensuite. And then when you go up these stairs, oh my goodness, you find this other entertainment room maybe. Weird lighting. I don't know, just the whole place is very strange. Again, it's notoriously a really bad house, right? It looks like this. As I said before. I'm going to try and fix it though. It took me a really long time. I spent 4 hours on it, and so it's a pretty long fixer-upper, so strap yourselves in, grab some snacks, but let's go ahead and jump right on in to the renovation. Okay, so we are back, and we are fixer-uppering this house. That's right, you guys. It is my favorite time of the week. Also, today is a super weird one because there are a few things that are weird about it. Number one, I know that you can probably hear some very, very loud rain in the background. Yeah, there's a hurricane going on right now. So thank you, Irma, for ruining my videos. But you guys, I'm going to explain what's going on in a second. But I also renovated the LANDGRAAB house, and it took me a very long time. I've been working on it for 2.5 weeks now. I did it in 4 parts. So it's a 3-hour and 50-minute long recording, and I did an hour each time. So for the last 2.5 weeks, I've been doing an hour once a day or so, randomly 4 times. And so it's a very long one. The sped up version is 35 minutes, and I sped it up a little bit faster than normal because I wanted it to not be an hour long fixer-upper. But it's like a podcast, a midweek podcast for you guys. Speaking of podcasts, I have one. It's linked down below if you want to check it out. I've got a lot of content on the internet, you guys. Watch it. But speaking of hurricanes, okay. So many of you probably know this already, but there's a hurricane called Irma coming to Florida, and I'm recording this on Sunday. It's supposed to get here in 3 hours. The bad part is supposed to show up in Orlando at 5 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock. It's already bucketing rain, but I have to finish this first. So here we are. This weekend, okay, so here's what happened to me. It's been a pretty stressful week or so because I left last Tuesday to go to San Francisco for a thing called Sims Camp, which is EA's press event, basically, kind of for their new packs and stuff. So I was there to try out console and Sims Mobile and The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs, and so I was there for 4 days. My flight coming home was supposed to be on Friday night or Friday afternoon, but I would get back to Orlando at 9 o'clock Friday night. Now this is where my first horror story comes in. I've actually had 2 really bad experiences at the San Francisco airport. Last year for Sims Camp too, I had a really bad time at SFO. But you guys, oh my god. So My flight was at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Get there at like 11:30, fine, great times, was there like decently early, hour and a half, good time to get to the airport in advance, went through security, it was just fine. There was like decently sized, like they weren't short lines, but like they were fine lines. Had time to grab a snack before I got on the plane, went, sat down, was in the very last row. So I boarded the plane, sat there for like 10 minutes, and then this guy comes on the speaker and he's like, "Hi everybody, I'm gonna have to ask you all to deplane because we don't have any pilots." Okay, our pilots are stuck in Las Vegas. They're not going to be here for like 2.5 hours, so we're going to have to ask you to deplane and go sit back at the gate, and we'll probably take off around 3:30. Okay, maybe if we're lucky, basically. And so here I am freaking out already about getting home in time at like 9 o'clock at night on Friday because there's a hurricane coming to Florida. All right, and then they're going to delay the plane like 2.5 hours. Which is not good. So I was a little bit freaked out. I thought for sure that I was going to get stuck in because picture this, right? Like if I had gotten stuck in San Francisco alone for God knows how long, because the airports are closed. Like in Florida, you can't fly, like Saturday morning, they closed the airports. So if it had gotten delayed anymore and I got stuck there, I couldn't just like catch a flight the next day. Like I would be stuck in San Francisco until the airports reopen after the hurricane. And God knows how long that's going to take, because we don't know how bad it's going to be here. And so I was very worried about it being stuck in San Francisco completely alone. But luckily I made it out, made it back. So we boarded the plane again. So we got off the plane at what, like 1 something, and then boarded the plane again at like 3 something, and then waited on the plane for another hour before it ended up taking off, before the pilots got onto the plane and left. The pilots got back from Vegas, did some like checks, added more fuel, whatever I don't know how planes work, but like did their stuff, left like an hour after we had boarded the plane the second time. And then it's a 6-hour flight, and then I got back to Florida at like 1 in the morning, got home around like 1 something, almost 2, and then went to bed. Come Saturday morning, though, I had to go to my college dorm and get my PC, right? Because there's a hurricane coming, and I don't have videos. Like, I had a video for Saturday, but I didn't have a video for the rest of the week, and I did, because the thing is, when I pre-recorded these videos for Sims Camp, like, I pre-recorded, like, 5 videos, right? Like, I did, I did like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I did 6 videos. So I did like 6 videos in advance, but I didn't go any farther because I didn't know there was going to be a hurricane here. Like Irma hadn't been developed that bad, so I didn't know I was going to have to pre-record for a hurricane. And then come Saturday morning, I didn't have a video for the rest of the week, and there's a hurricane coming here. So I went to my dorm and I edited a podcast, like speed edited a podcast that I had pre-recorded, because I have like a couple podcasts like backlogged. Did that, exported it, took like a long time, uploaded it because I have way faster internet at my dorm, and then packed up my entire PC and brought it back to my house and then reset it up here so that I could pre-record for while the hurricane is here. So I've done like 4 or 5 videos for the hurricane. I did like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and now Wednesday, so 4. I've done 4 videos. Yeah. And now I can hear I hope that you guys can't hear the rain too loud in the background, but again, there's a hurricane coming. So, like, I don't really have a choice. But, yeah, when would your fave when would your fave ever, am I right, guys, like, bring back their PC and pre-record for this hurricane? I haven't missed an upload. I do daily uploads, right? I haven't missed an upload in so long. Like, I can't break my upload streak, so I had to go get my PC and come back. And everyone's been like, Kayla, it's okay, miss some uploads, but I can't. I'm so obsessive. Like, my biggest concern, I was like, okay, I can maybe miss a speed build. Like, I don't know, that might be fine. I would freak out and be bad. But, like, my issue is that my upload schedule is so extensive and, like, so set in stone that I can't really change it. Like, my video plans for the next, like, 6 months are kind of set in stone. And if I mess up, like, a Let's Play episode where I, like, miss an episode of an LP, it ruins my plans 6 months down the line because then I'm going to be missing an episode number. I'm supposed to end at a certain part, but then I can't end on time. Do you know what I mean? I'm obsessive, okay? Check out my upload schedule, though. It's linked down below. Okay, but yeah, so that's why I've been freaking out. But I've got it all sorted. I brought my PC back here. I set it all up. I did some stuff. And then Saturday night, my mom... Oh, so here's other PSA. I didn't mention this. I probably should have because I've got a lot of questions about it. So my college dorm, like, the university campus is shut down. Like, the campus is closed. Roads are closed. Like, the roads are closed now, but they were closing yesterday. People weren't allowed to drive back onto campus. So basically, it's not been, like, officially evacuated by the state, but the campus is closed. And so if you can leave campus, you probably should, but if you like are stuck there because you live out of state or something, they have places on campus that are like ride out locations where you can go. So for example, my entire dorm has been like evacuated to one of the classroom buildings. Where they have to like sit there and wait for the storm to be gone. But luckily I live close enough to home that I can leave and come back here instead of staying there. And so like I wasn't allowed to really go into my dorm, but I had to go back there to get my stuff. And so I did. One of my roommates was still there, and when I showed up, she didn't know that I came because she was still asleep. I was there in the morning. And then I was editing a video, and she came out of her room, and she went to take a shower, and she was singing really loudly, and I could hear her, and she didn't know I was there, and so I didn't know what to do. And then she saw me when I was leaving, so it's kind of awkward. But anyway, that happened. But yeah, so the campus is closed. It's shut down since Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and now Tuesday also. And it could be shut down for longer than that, depending on how bad the hurricane is here. But it shut down completely at least until Tuesday, which is scary. Because it's very expensive to close a university campus. Like, they're very hesitant to close the campus unless it's bad because it's so expensive to close. Like, my school has closed for one hurricane in the past. Like, they closed for a hurricane last year, I remember. There was a hurricane that wasn't so bad last year, actually around Sims Camp last year too, Hurricane Matthew, but it wasn't bad where the university is at all, but they closed campus for, I think, 2 days last year, maybe just one, but they're closing it for a lot of days this year, which again, it's really expensive to shut down campus, the entire thing, and so it's kind of a big deal that it's been shut down, especially for so long. So yeah, that's happening, but again, I don't have to go to class or anything during the hurricane. That's an issue you guys are worried about. I'm good there, so I'm at home making vids and stuff, but yeah, that's what's going on with me. What else happened? So, okay, Sims Camp. So I was in California for a few days, and the whole time I was really worried about getting my stuff, like getting stuff done, because I got notified of how bad the hurricane was going to be while I was still there, and so I was like, I'm stuck in San Francisco. I can't fix videos. I'm flying back into a hurricane, so it's been very stressful. But Sims Camp was so much fun, you guys. It's so good to see all my YouTube friends in person, you know, like a lot of them, like I had never met Molly or Hatsie Molly the English Simmer and Hattie. I hadn't met them in person ever, but I've known them for a long time, and then to see them in person, and I don't know, this is so sappy, right? But like, I feel as though these people, like, they're such good, genuinely nice people. Like, all the Simmers are so genuinely nice, and you get along so well when you meet them in person. Like, you immediately hit it off. And so it's so good to see them. I don't know. And now they live so far away, and my friends are all across the country, across the world, but it's fine. I'm not upset. But it was good to see them all in person for the first time. And also, again, like, I hadn't seen my friend Steph, my bestest friend Steph Osin, since June. And I got to see her again. And I mean, it's been a good time. Okay. I don't know. It was a lot of fun. Plus, I went to Sims Camp last year, but I was a lot smaller of a channel then. And I was pretty shy, and I didn't like really know how to talk to people back then, and I was kind of worried because when I went last year, I felt like nobody that was going knew me, and so it was going to be awkward because they were all going to be friends, and I would be this like random stranger that was showing up, and like I wouldn't know how to talk to them, because I mean, it's kind of intimidating to meet all these YouTubers in person, you know, especially when they all kind of already knew each other. But this year was a lot different because I knew most of them coming into it, and also I'm a lot more confident now, and so I could actually talk to them. And it was just a good time. It was a lot of fun. I just see like my friend Rory. And I'm not going to name any names more because I feel like name dropping is stupid. But it was so good to see them. And I miss all of them already. And I don't know. Okay, it was a really good experience. Aside from the whole like almost getting stuck in San Francisco thing. And there's the whole like playing the Sims stuff too. But I can't talk about that. And then seeing the Sim Gurus is really fun. Like my favorite Sim Guru, I'm not going to name any names, but his name is Steve. I got to see Sim Guru Steve and like Sim Guru Drake and stuff. I don't know. It was good. It was all very good. It was a very good experience for me. But now I'm back and almost dying in a hurricane. And this is a very good episode, I feel like, because it's so long. But if you're new to my channel, wow, I'm so sorry. Maybe you shouldn't be watching this one first. Like maybe watch a different fixer-upper and then come back here and then we can talk. But otherwise, yeah, maybe you... Oh, other thing. Okay, so I get asked this a lot about, like, YouTubers in person, because I feel like people... I don't know. You guys, like, you watch all these YouTubers, and you... Okay, let's back up. I watch YouTubers a lot. Like, right, I'm a YouTube fan as well as a YouTuber. And so I mean, I feel like there's a lot of times you see a YouTuber and you're like, wow, you probably suck in person. Like, I don't know, I'm not gonna name any names, but Rice Gum probably sucks in person. I mean, I have seen him in person, he kind of sucks. But like, you see these YouTubers and you're like, wow, you probably suck in person, right? But I can assure you, and this is surprising to me, that none of the Simmers suck in person. Like, I guess it's not surprising that because I don't know, I know them already, but like, after meeting Simmers, you kind of expect when you meet a bunch of YouTubers for at least one of them to suck, because that's just how it works. Like, there's always a bad egg, but there genuinely wasn't a bad egg at Sims Camp this year, or last year. And it's so nice because we have a really cool community, you guys. Like, the Sims community is really cool. And there's no bad eggs at Sims Camp, which is fascinating. Like, people that are leaking stuff, those are bad eggs, but like, like, as for people being mean or, whatever, there's no bad eggs there. And that's really cool to me because I never good to have bad eggs. Am I right, guys? Okay, I feel like I'm trying to avoid giving too many details, but just talking about it, I'm gonna stop. But yeah, it's been a fun time. And also this hurricane thing, you guys, I'm kind of freaking out about it because it's supposed to be really bad, and I've seen some footage of like South Florida and like the Bahamas, and it's not good. Luckily, Orlando, it shouldn't be that bad. Like, it won't be as bad as it is here, but it's still not going to be good because it's a hurricane, and there hasn't been a hurricane like a bad hurricane in Florida, or a hurricane of this scale in Florida in like 12 years. Like, the last bad one was Charlie, and Hurricane Charlie was like 2 weeks after we moved here, and also on my birthday. So I have very bad memories of Hurricane Charlie because it ruined my birthday. But that was the last bad one that hit, like the bad one that I've seen. The last bad one, I can't even speak. But yeah, so I think I've said this before, but Hurricane Charlie made me hate Florida for like 8 years. Also, still kind of hate Florida. I'm still a little bit bitter about it. But Charlie was on my birthday, my 5th birthday, and it was like 2 weeks after we moved here. And so I remember we were going to go to Disney on my birthday, and they closed Disney, and so I couldn't go because the hurricane was so bad. And the thing is, they've closed Disney World like 5 times since it opened, and it's 4 been for hurricanes. 1 was on 9/11. But they closed it this time too. So in the last, 12 years, only closed Disney twice, and it was for Charlie and now for Irma. And so it's kind of like when Disney closes, it's kind of a big deal because they only closed it like 5 times since like the 1970s. So in the last like 50 years, they've closed it like twice or 5 times. So it's pretty rare when that happens, and so it's kind of a big deal. And so they closed Disney, which is like, the thing is, like, closing university and closing Disney, it's a big deal when those things close because they're so expensive to close. And so, like, you know it's bad when that happens. So Disney shut down. But yeah, so on Charlie, on my birthday, I remember, like, I had just gotten here, and I kind of was bitter about moving to Florida anyway because it was so, like, much hotter, and my friends were all gone. My sister's screaming in the background. I don't know what's going on. My friends were not here, and I kind of hated the idea of moving down here already. And then this awful storm came and ruined my birthday and, like, ruined our new house. I mean, our house was new and it wasn't ruined, but, like, there were shingles off the roof everywhere, and, like, all the plants were ripped up. There was, across the street, our neighbor had this big tree. The house, it was like an empty lot, so it was a new neighborhood. But across the street, they had this big tree in the front yard, ripped up across, like, fallen into the ground. And so, like, it just, seeing this disaster when I was, like, 5 and having just moved here, was kind of stressful, if you know what I mean. So I kind of hated it here for a while. Plus, it ruined my birthday, but it's fine. I'm here now. It's okay. And now my mom's birthday was on Friday, and now her birthday's being ruined by the hurricane, too. All right, guys, well, when you're seeing this, it's been a while, but, like, last Friday, the 8th, was my mom's birthday, and so now she's getting a birthday ruined too by the hurricane, but not so bad because it wasn't actually on her birthday. It was just, in her words, it was her birthday weekend that was ruined by the hurricane. But my actual birthday was ruined, and it's been like 13 years, and I'm still mad about it. Oh, man, those were the days, you guys. Those were the days. Wow, we're only halfway through the build. I'm still just rambling about nothing. Oh, so, okay, I was going to talk about my airport horror stories. That's right. Okay, this is like a bad podcast episode. I mean, well, all my builds are like bad podcast episodes. But so airport. So I have only had bad experiences in SFO, which is the airport in San Francisco. So this year we had like the flight delay, getting forced to deplane thing that happened. And last year, this is kind of my fault. It is my fault. I missed my flight last year leaving San Francisco. And so I had a flight at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I missed it. And I'm not going to talk about why, but I missed the flight. And then I ended up getting stuck there because I got to the airport at like 11 a.m., still missed my flight, but we don't need to talk about why. It's a long story. But I got to the airport at like 11 a.m., missed my flight, and I couldn't get a flight out again until it like 11 o'clock at night. Maybe it was more like 10 o'clock, but it got delayed. So I think like the next flight was like 10 o'clock at night. And it was a connecting flight to Houston. So I was going to have to fly to Houston at 10 o'clock at night and then catch a flight there from at 5 a.m. Houston time to Orlando. And it was going to be a disaster. So I got stuck at the airport for like 12 hours by myself last year. And so I was just in the airport since 11 a.m. And then my flight kept getting delayed. Like it was at 10 o'clock already. And we didn't end up leaving San Francisco until like 12:30, I think, maybe. So San Francisco, sorry, I can't speak, I'm talking too fast. It's hurricanes coming, I have an excuse. This isn't new though, but I ended up being stuck in the airport for like 12 hours. And so I watched Stranger Things and did a lot of homework. But yeah, that happened to me. It was kind of a disaster, a big disaster. But yeah, so that happened, and then I got the flight to Houston, and then when I got to Houston, I had to wait a couple hours and then catch a flight to Orlando. I didn't end up getting home until like 10 a.m. Florida time the next day. So that was a lot. It was pretty bad, but that happened. And plus, Vixella was on my flight last year. This is a thing I never talked about before because I was too, but like now we're friends and so I can say these things. But last year, so I remember Vixella lives in Texas, and so she was on that flight, Sasha was. And I remember like knowing that she was gonna be on the flight, but I was too embarrassed because I missed my earlier flight to say anything to her. And so I knew she was at the gate waiting, but I didn't want to like go find her and talk to her because I was like, I missed my flight. I'm an embarrassment. So I was too scared to go talk to her. And so I didn't. And then I was just praying. I remember thinking like when I got on the plane, I was like, just please let me be sitting farther back on the plane than her so she won't walk past me and see me. Like I wanted her to just not know that I was on the flight, right? And so I was like praying, like, please don't see me. Please don't see me. And then I get on the plane. And she comes up, and her seat was literally right next to mine. Like, picture, the plane, how there's like an aisle, right? We were both in the two aisle seats next to each other. And so I was sitting there praying, like, please don't see me. And then she was in the seat right next to me. And so it was so awkward. And then we were all sitting there and like silently for a long time. And then she DM'd me, and she was like, hey, are you sitting next to me on the plane? And then I was like, yes. It was so awkward. We talked about it this year a little bit. We were like, remember when that happened? And we were like, yeah, that was real awkward. But yeah, so throwback to when that happened last year. But see, this is the thing. Like last year, I was so awkward and shy that I was sitting next to her on the plane, and I was like looking away so she wouldn't see me, and then she still did because we were right next to each other. Oh, Sasha, I'm so sorry. The thing is, I don't think she knows I missed my flight. I think she still just thinks that I was on that connecting flight. No, I missed my first flight, and that's why I was there, and that's why I was so embarrassed. Otherwise, I would have talked to you, I swear, but I was so ashamed of myself that I was scared to talk to you. Oh, man. But yeah, that happened. So this is 2 times now that I've had bad things happen at that airport. It's cursed. Or maybe I'm cursed. No, the thing is, I fly a lot, though. Like, I fly alone a lot. Especially, like, this year. I had, like, 7 flights in June. So it's not like it's not my first rodeo, And so I've never had a thing like this happen. I've never had this bad of an experience in an airport. And so a particular airport like this either. Oh, and my flight to San Francisco. Okay, so I flew out on Tuesday morning at like 7 a.m., so super early. I got to the airport at like 6, or like, no, like my flight was at what? My flight was at 7:20, I think. And so I got to the airport at like 6 a.m. probably. Didn't remember that it was the day after Labor Day, and so the airport, I have never seen it so crowded because people come to Disney for Labor Day, and they were all flying out on Tuesday morning because they had like a long weekend, And so I forgot about this, and I have never seen an airport so crowded. Like when I got there, so in Orlando, I don't know how like in Orlando, the airport, like how when you go to an airport, you have to get in line for security, and when you're there, they check your ID and your boarding pass to like make sure that you're you before you go into the security line. The line for that, they didn't have enough rope to make the line properly. Like the line was outside, like they had like the wavy rope, that kind of goes like with the line. and people were lined up for like 20 minutes outside of the ropes. Like, they had so many people in this security line that the ropes weren't long enough to fit all of them. And so I waited in that line for so long. I have never seen security so bad at an airport. Like, I fly a lot. Like, I've never seen it that bad. And so I got there and I was like, oh no, I didn't miss my flight. I was fine with the flight, but like, I thought I was gonna miss my flight. And so that was happening. And then plus security was super lax too. It was kind of scary because they had like this long line to check your IDs. And then the line, like, for security was a little bit shorter, but it was still, like, they were being so lax. Like, they didn't take your shoes off. You didn't take your stuff out, like, your laptop out of your bag. They didn't make you go through the body scanner where you put your arms above your head, you know? It was just the metal detectors. And so it was really spooky. Like, we were just, they had a drug dog out. I guess it was probably a bomb dog, actually, that was out, like, sniffing everybody. You had to walk past the bomb dog before you went into the security line. But we didn't take our shoes off. We didn't take our laptops out of the bags. It was very lax seeming. And I heard a lady, like one of the workers, she was on the radio talking about she wanted to pull a guy out of the line, but she was like, I can't, he's too far away. And like, so they're talking about they were trying to, like, the dog had, like, I guess, seen something or whatever with this guy, and she wanted to get him on the line, but he was too far away. And so that was kind of scary to hear her talking about it. But it all ended up being fine. But like that, it was kind of weird. Like, I've never seen a line that bad especially at Orlando. So that was interesting. And oh my God, I can't believe I forgot about this. So the airport, when I was in San Francisco leaving, I went to check my bag, and you know how they check your IDs when you check your bags? I hand the guy my ID. Oh wait, is this going to? No, this is in Orlando. I was checking my bag in Orlando. Hand the guy my ID, okay? Like, I went to the kiosk, checked my bag, and I went up to the desk thingy to, like, give him my bag and then my ID and whatever. He would, like, take it away. And so I handed my ID and my receipt thingy. He looks at it for a really long time, and he's like, okay, you're good to go, I guess, but you do not look the age it says on your ID. Which is funny because everyone thinks I look like I'm 14. I am 18. Everyone thinks I look like I'm 14. I'm not 14. I'm 18. And this guy at the baggage thing was like, you do not look the age it says. But, buddy, do you think I have a fake, like, what does he think? Like, I have a fake ID? I have a learner's permit. Like, I don't even drive. I have a learner's permit. You think I have a fake 18-year-old learner's permit? What? And why would I have a fake 18-year-old ID anyway? And plus, it's a learner's permit. Like, what? This whole, like, you do not look the age on this. Like, he looked at it for so long, and then he's like, you do not look this old. Wow, first of all, I'm checking my bag. Like, calm down. It was so funny, though. I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, you don't believe what just happened to me. Because everyone thinks I'm 14. I'm not. Even the guy at the airport thinks I'm 14. Yeah, so that was funny. But here we are. Still looking like I'm 14. I feel like people keep saying how it's going to be a good thing that I look young when I'm older, which is true. Like, to look younger when you're older is a good thing. But, like, when you're 18 and you look 14, it's not great. Because everyone thinks I'm 14, including the airport guys who are like, you have a fake ID. I mean, he didn't say anything, but he just had that, like, very, like, And then he said, you do not look this old. And I was like, okay, thanks. I was like, yeah. And then I walked away. Because he was like, you're good to go, but... And then I went in the line for security and was like, wow, this kind of sucks. Oh, and when I went to I went and bought pretzels pretzels in a water bottle at one of, like, the what's it called? Like, the newsstand places in the airport. And I had my lanyard on, and I had, like, my school ID in the lanyard. Because I just keep it on, because it's my room key is my school ID to get in my dorm room. And so I had my lanyard on, and I keep, like, my credit card in there too. So I went to take it out, and she's like, oh, do you work here? And I was like, no. Thank you, though. Because I think she saw the ID and was like, oh, do you work here? But it was my school ID. And I don't. So, I mean, I'm a 14-year-old that works at the Orlando airport, apparently, which is interesting. So there's that. But yeah, this video, by the way, I feel like it's spiraling. But that's okay. It's a good kind of spiraling. Also, again, if you're new to my channel and you, like, I feel like people click on my videos expecting, like, a really casual build, like, oh, this is kind of fun, fixer-upper, wow, nice. And then they get this. And I feel a little bit bad. But also, please subscribe. Oh, I just hit 140K. Again, it's Sunday when I'm recording this, but it's like later when you're seeing this. But I hit 140K. I'm having a hard time speaking, which is really cool. So thank you for that. I don't know. It's a fun time. It's a great time. My quality content on YouTube. I mean, I don't know why I have 140,000 subscribers, but I'm not complaining. Keep on subscribing. Also, I was going to stream this weekend, and I can't because there's a hurricane, and I'm back home, so I had to bring my whole PC back to my house, right? From my dorm. In my dorm, I have fantastic internet. Here, I have god-awful internet. It's so bad. Like, I checked my upload speed. Yesterday, it was 0.85. Yeah, no, just 0.85 upload speed. Isn't that ridiculous? Like, that's unheard. That's so bad. It's going to take me so long to upload this video. I hope I can get it up in time because the internet's probably going to go out thanks to my dear friend Irma. But yeah, so I'm having a really hard time coping with this new change because I'm used to having, for the last like 3 weeks, I've had very good internet. And now I do not. And it's a very difficult thing, okay? I've lived like this for a long time, but I've gotten used to the other... Also, my sister is screaming again. Does she know that people can hear her? I don't think so. But maybe you can't hear her. I know that I can hear, like, sort of, like, faint, like, yelling. I don't know what she's yelling about, though. She kind of just does that. But what is it saying? Oh, internet, yeah. Like, I've lived like this for a long time, but I've been in my dorm where the thing is, like... Here, I have to upload in 720p and compress the file. Otherwise, it takes like literally 12 to 15 hours. There, I can upload in 1080p and not compress the file, and it takes like 10 minutes. So I'm not used, like, it sucks to upload a lower quality video and have it still, it's gonna take me like 4 hours to upload this. And it's gonna be 720p and compressed. But in my dorm, that's not the case. In my dorm, it's high quality and not compressed. And it still takes like 10 minutes and then it's fine. Like my podcast, it takes 4 hours to upload a compressed 720p file. There, it takes 10 minutes to upload a full quality 1080p not compressed file. And it drives me insane. I feel like I'm going backwards. It's horrible. But yeah, so tomorrow's podcast, lower quality. Also, I recorded that podcast at home. Oh no, I guess it's not tomorrow. It's not tomorrow's podcast. It's this past week's podcast. Forgot it was Wednesday and not Sunday. So yeah, Monday. Oh my God, this is very stressful. This past podcast, I recorded it. That was my second podcast I ever recorded. Like I recorded the first one and that same night recorded the second one. And so it's an old podcast and I just have been kind of sitting on it for a long time because I didn't know if I wanted to upload it or not. But then when Irma came and I didn't have a podcast to upload, I realized that I really had no choice. So thank you, Irma, for making me upload this podcast that is maybe a little bit questionable. We'll see. Guys, go and check it out. It's linked down below. Review it on iTunes. Why am I like this? I don't know. I'm trying very hard to be less like this, but it's kind of my brand now to be like an obnoxious self-promoter. So I'm going to keep that up. Also, I have 2 copies of the Sims 4 base game sitting right next to me. Because, should I do a giveaway? I just looked down and realized I had these 2 copies. So the thing is, I do giveaways kind of like monthly and my build videos kind of randomly. But I feel like now is a bad time because of Irma. Like, I'll probably have internet on Wednesday though, right? Like, I'll be fine on Wednesday to do the giveaway. So, you know what, you guys? This is terrible. Why am I like this? I'm going to do a giveaway right now on Twitter. So when you're watching this, go to my Twitter, at lilsimsie, and if you retweet, you follow me and then retweet the tweet that I post about the giveaway, then you can maybe win the Sims 4 base game. Because I have these 2 copies I'm just sitting on. Like, I've got 2 Sims 4 base game codes that I could give away. So if you want to enter that, go ahead. This is my gift to those of you affected by Irma, including myself. Giveaways are fun, though. So follow me on Twitter, and then you can enter. I don't know why I do this. The thing is, like, once a month, I'm always just like, you know what? Let's do a giveaway in the middle of a build. Plus, this is kind of this is like the end of the build, kind of, so I bet a lot of people didn't make it to this far. And so if you didn't make it this far, you don't know about this. You suck. But if you did make it this far and you do know about it, then follow me on Twitter and then enter my giveaway. And then we can all just have a grand old time. Plus, I'm sorry it's only on Twitter, but it's just easier for me to host it that way because then I can just check people who retweet it and then choose the winners, because it's very simple. It's all in one place. I can delete the tweet afterward. Like, it's good, you know? So 2 winners, Sims 4 base game. I've done a few like pack giveaways in the past, but I feel like I haven't given away the base game ever. And some of you don't have the base game. So Sims 4 base game, we'll do a giveaway. It'll be a blast. Those of you that have it already, I'm sorry. We'll do more in the future that are different. Plus, the past few times, like the last 2 giveaways, I've picked a winner, and then found out they weren't following me on Twitter, and so they couldn't win. So like they retweeted my tweet but didn't follow me, and then they won, and I was like, well, sorry, sucks to suck. You don't follow me, you don't get to win. So I had to pick a new one. So follow me on Twitter and retweet the tweet, and then you can enter. But don't be stupid and unfollow me, because then you won't get to win. But these people that won my giveaway weren't even following me, so you could have gotten a free game, but instead you had to be dumb, and then you didn't get to win. The rules clearly said, follow me and retweet this to win, and then they didn't follow me. You think I wouldn't check? I check those things, you guys. Plus, I can't DM you if you don't follow me, so that's how I pick a winner that retweets it, and then if they follow me, I can DM them and give them their code, but if you don't follow me, I can't do that. So, see? Why am I talking about this stuff anymore? You don't care. Oh my god, why am I like this? Anyway, well, this is my last video I'm pre-recording before the storm hits, so we're almost done. We're almost there. I want to do a couple more, but I have to do face cam for my Thursday and Friday videos, and I just don't want to put on makeup right now, and I don't want to brush my hair. Like, I took a shower and I haven't brushed it yet, and so I don't feel like getting ready, and I can't do baby challenge this week without face cam because it's a pretty important episode, and I don't want to miss out on face cam for it because we're going to space. We've been working on getting to space forever, and we're finally going to space, and so I can't record that without face cam, so I'm not going to do it. But hopefully the storm doesn't take out my internet for too long because I need it back by Thursday. So I'm talking to you, Irma. I need you to calm down by Thursday. Also this weekend, I'll be back in my dorm, so I'm going to stream again. So if you want to go ahead and follow me on Twitch, I'm going to stream again this weekend, probably playing some Sims 3 on Sunday. We have this new Ugly to Beauty Legacy Challenge going on. I have a past upload of it on my second channel. It's linked down below too, if you want to watch that and catch up. But we're going to stream that again on Sunday, probably Sunday afternoon. So probably like Sunday at like 3:30 p.m. So like 30 minutes after I upload my regular video, I'll stream. And so if you want to check that out, it exists. It's there for you. I'm trying to stream a lot more often on Twitch because it's fun. Oh man, now I want to play Sims 3 again. I love The Sims 3 so much, and I played it for like 3.5 hours on stream last weekend, and I've been craving to play it ever since, but I've been gone, so I couldn't, and now I want to play it again, but I have to play other things. Have to play other things, I say in air quotes. No, I'm playing Life is Strange right now with my friend Zoo, and so I Skype her, and then I play it, and then I share my screen, and so we can watch it together, and we're playing Life is Strange right now, and we're going to play Before the Storm afterward, and I'm on episode 3, so I finished 3, I'm on 4 now, and it's getting real good, and so I'm going to try and finish that game tonight. So I can't play Sims 3 yet, but maybe if the storm doesn't kill me, I can play it. Oh, and I just got a text from my university that they're closing school on Wednesday as well. So university is closed on Wednesday, and it just keeps getting worse. Irma just keeps on getting worse, and we're closer and closer to Irma getting here, which again, never a good thing. So, welcome the Irmageddon. I'm sorry, I gotta go. But you guys, I think on that note, I'm gonna end this part here. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those fun YouTube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I post new videos every single day. And so I will see you all tomorrow. I ended prematurely. There's still time left in the video. I don't want to speed it up any faster because it's already too fast. I don't know what to do. Okay. Oh, look, now it's actually over. Okay, bye. Guys, if you don't hear from me again, it means the hurricane took me. I don't think it will, but if it did, the hurricane took me. You know what happened. Blame Irma.